Good evening. My name is Mark, and tonight we're exploring the complex issues of euthanasia or assisted suicide, particularly for terminally ill patients. Despite being illegal in many countries, euthanasia remains a divided topic. A recent study conducted between 1997 and 2007 interviewed 66 cancer patients in the palliative states about their views on euthanasia. The results revealed that a mix of opinions. 29 were pro-euthanasia, 20% were against, and 51% were undecided. While none of the patients chose euthanasia at the time, some indicate that they might consider it in the future to avoid prolonged suffering. He also identified two key aspects of autonomy, which is the control over medical decisions and trust in the healthcare providers. While some patients saw euthanasia as empowering, others worried that it could shift to too much power in the healthcare system. Trust played a major role in decision-making, with some patients confident in their doctors, while others struggled due to past experiences or concerns about economic pressures. The findings emphasize the importance of trust, shared decision-making, and personalized care in end-of-life decisions. As the debate on euthanizations continues, further research is needed to address the concerns of vulnerable patients and the roles in healthcare providers. As we continue to explore the sensitive and complex issues of end-of-life decisions, we turn now to physician-assisted suicide, also known as PAS. While euthanasia and PAS share similarities, PAS specifically involves a physician providing the means for a patient to end their own life, typically prescribed medication. A recent article delves into the ethical, emotional, and legal complexes surrounding PAS, providing a balanced view of both its supporters and critics. Supporters of PAS argues that it gives patients control over how and when they die, especially if they are in severe pain with no hopes of recovery. They believe it respects personal freedom and provides a compassionate choice. However, critics worry that it could be abused, particularly for vulnerable groups such as the elderly or disabled, who might not fully understand their decisions. There are also concerns that PAS leads to dangerous practices if not strictly controlled. The article also discusses the emotional reasons to seek PAS, such as loss of dignity, independence, and stresses the importance of counseling and support to address these feelings.
Hi, thank you for speaking with us. I'm here with Gabby. So Gabby, do you believe terminally ill patients should have the legal right to euthanasia?
I believe maybe in certain countries it's possible for that to happen. And I do think legally there is countries that do it. But for a general population, I feel like a lot of people will probably be against it just because a lot of people differentiate, dogs versus humans. And that's a really hard concept for a lot of people to grasp. So I feel like it'll be at everyone's, will if they want to or not.
Do you worry that people might feel pressured into making that choice because of outside influence?
Families can have a lot of impact on that decision too. If they feel like, their family member is suffering, I feel like families have a big impact on that. And, a lot of times we value our family's opinion. So I do feel like that can have an influence.
This is Emily. The Sunny Literature Review looked at both emotional and legal aspects of PAS. Many patients reported that the decision wasn't just about pain, it was also about dignity and control. Do you think those emotional needs are being met in today's healthcare systems?
If I'm being honest, I don't think that they're being met in today's healthcare system. I feel like today's healthcare system is really based off monetary value and honestly what income and outcome comes out of it. And all that is just based off of money, not really caring for the actual patients. So my answer would be no.
Do you think doctors should be involved in helping someone end their life, or should that never be a part of the role?
I feel like that should be an option depending on what part of the world people are in and what the death rate is there, especially with different illnesses. If there are a lot of causes with illnesses that are causing a lot of suffering, I feel like there should be reinforcements for a way out.
I'm here with Alea. In your opinion, do you think laws around assisted death should be uniform, nationwide, or should each state and country have its own rules?
I think each state and country, because everybody do stuff, especially when you're from a different place, they do everything differently and they think about things differently. So if you leave it up to them, it will be more fairness, because especially with the whole government laws and stuff where people have opinion on stuff.
In the end of life situation, what do you think is better for the patient? More medical support or more their choice, the patient's choice?
Their choice, because there be people when I was in my CNA class, they were you just have to make sure they're okay with
whatever's going to happen, because their family could have regrets, because like maybe that's not what they want. You always want your family member's last moment is what they want for them to be happy.
These studies stress the same point. Patients' voices must be central in any discussion about euthanasia or PAS. Autonomy is not just about making your own decisions. It's also about trusting others, including healthcare providers and family, to support your wishes. Legal systems must strike a balance between protecting freedom of choice and guarding against abuse, while medical institutions must focus on emotional, not just physical care. Back to you in the studio.
A moving and thought-provoking report, Kyrie. Thank you. As lawmakers and medical professionals weigh their opinions, it's clear that patients themselves must remain at the heart of the conversation. We'll continue to follow this important topic. Stay with us. More news after this.